few people have been asking about the rearrangement of the workshop, or at least the machine section, where most of the machines are. It's still chaos in here, bits piled everywhere, but I've got a layout that I'm reasonably happy with. All of this, well, let's just come somewhere near the middle, have a quick pan round. So the Bridgeport clone is sitting over here. I do have to move the table backward and forwards to move around a little bit. It's not too bad. Built a little corner shelf unit where most of the tooling is. Got to find somewhere to mount the second whiteboard. The L5 now lives against the back wall, and two of my Lister cabinets stand in the middle, and I've got the surface plate on top. The four Lister cabinets now against the back wall, the Orac lathe sitting on top, and the valve refacer, and some of the bits of the little Denford easy mill. And of course all of this was in aid of a new machine, and I have a Harrison L6 long bed, and I got a really good deal from Project Machinery, Richard Brown, whom I've been dealing with for 20 plus years on and off, and you know, he even helped me get it down the garden into the workshop, which is not something he normally does anymore. But I'm just in the process of doing some clean-up work. Got the cross slide off. I've already dismantled and cleaned the top slide. I'm going to have to mount a new tool post. I've got the original four-way indexing Harrison post, but of course I've got all the quick change tooling. It's still an L00 spindle nose, so it shares tooling with the L5, and in fact I've got the 3-jaw that came with the L6 is on the L5 at the moment. And well, the pillar drill and the bandsaw are kind of a bit tight together at the moment. I'm planning to move this cabinet to a different location and have a little bit more room. Sitting there on the base of the pillar drill is the motor out of the L6, which is a 2-speed 3 horsepower motor, which you can't reconfigure those motors for 240 volt, and yes, you can run them on 240, and at lower frequency you get full torque, but I didn't want to be giving away that capability, so I changed the motor, and I happen to have again a 415 volt motor. It was a 415/720, the 720 volt winding being used for star delta soft start, and I'm not going to get full torque from that motor running it at 240 volt, but it's a 5 horsepower, whereas the original motor was a 3 horsepower, and I should get 3 horsepower out of it at the lower voltage with the reduced torque due to the lower current at the lower voltage. And that all went in completely painlessly. I just got another pulley, put some new belts on it. I've got one of the Yuan Yang inverters is just sitting where the original control gear was for now, and the machine is usable on the clutch. It's very odd feeling. I haven't used a clutch lathe for so long since I converted the L5 to the VFD with the control panel. You know, I really like being able to do just slam it from forward to reverse on the VFD, because it takes care of the deceleration and reacceleration in a nice smooth controlled manner. And I will be doing that work on here, but I've just got to sort of do a quick cleaning job, put it back together, because I actually need the extra swing of the L6 for a job that I'm going to be doing soon, which is related to that chunk of 7-inch diameter, 1-inch wall tube that I've got on the L5 at the moment. But I can't swing over the bed on the L5, the other part of the job. We'll come to that at some stage later. So the final component in this room is the Denford Easy Turn, which is shoved into the corner at the moment. I will have to try and progress both the Easy Mill and the Easy Turn. I've got to change the bearings on the spindle. It's all apart and I've got the bearings, I've just got to get round to putting that back together. And I've also, as you may have gotten the clue from the last video, rearranged the upper workshop, and the bench has moved down to the side wall. It's very easy to move, it's on really good casters. It's really hard to stop moving because it weighs half a ton, and the surface grinder and the cylindrical grinder have ended up against this wall, and my flow bench project is kind of jutting out into the space, and I need to work out what to do with it. But all this work, I've put up extra shelving for Marini spares and some electric vehicle parts storage, and at the moment I have just the 2 bikes over there, the electric bike on the bench, and as you saw in the last video, I've had a car in here, and there should before long be the ability to bring either the Scirocco or the Lotus in here to have some work done. That's just a quick roundup of what's going on. I finished the lighting upgrade, I've got the other side done, really pleased with that. I've exposed the door that leads to what used to be hard standing outside and is now a covered in area. That's extra storage, and I may do some additional work out there to make it suitable for moving the motorcycle workbench out there and using that as the sort of the area where I work on a bike project. So there we go, everything has moved. Almost nothing is where it used to be, and despite having brought in another lathe and quite a large machine, I think I've actually ended up with more usable space in here.